much more than that. We believe, and still believe, that Ghana needs all the nurses and health workers she can get in the nation is to have a solid, world-class healthcare system. And we think it necessary to provide the relevant incentives to make that possible. It is appropriate that this ceremony should be conducted here at the Senior Nursing Training College, one of the best nursing and midwifery training institutions of our country. When it comes to the delivery of healthcare to millions of our compatriots, you, our nurses and midwives, are at the front line. The policies government adopts affect you directly, and you are in a position to tell what works and what does not. Every day, nurses, midwives, and health workers around this country perform little miracles. You bring care and comfort to the sick and the distressed, and you do it under at times trying conditions. It is for good reason that we do this. We dread being sick, and we know we have to be healthy to do life's work and achieve our aspirations. The wealth of a nation depends on the health of its people. We have to be healthy to transform Ghana. We have to be healthy to make a brighter future for Ghana. And we have to be healthy to work for ourselves. So when in 2014, under the government of the former President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the nurses and midwifery trainee allowances were cancelled. It brought untold actions to the thousands of nurses and midwives in the country who depended on it for their studies and for their welfare. Many of your colleagues, as a result of the cancellation, were demotivated and demoralized. The New Patriotic Party and I heard your cry and assured you of the restoration of these allowances if we won the election. By the grace of God, by the generosity and trust of the Ghanaian people, I am here today as President of the Republic, ready to fulfill the pledge we made to you. To this end, for the 2017-2018 academic year, effective September 2017, 58,000 health trainees, comprising nurses and midwives, will be paid their allowance of 400 Ghana cedis per person for each of the 10 months of the academic year. This means government will be spending a total of 232 million Ghana cedis for this academic year. The e-switch platform will be used to effect payment, as it will ensure convenience, prompt payment, and accountability. I take seriously the pledges you have made to me here, and I look forward to their fulfillment. And skeptics, those who have made an industry out of constantly asking, is this policy sustainable? I wish to assure them that with the proper management of our public finances, the nation's budget can accommodate such an amount. The implementation of the free senior high school policy on 12 September 2017 should be an indicator of the fact that leadership is about choices. I have chosen to invest in the education and in the future of our young men and women. And I will use the blessings the Almighty has so amply bestowed on us to this end. Ladies and gentlemen, within the short space of 9 months, the period of our stay in office, Government has employed some 16,000 qualified young nurses and midwives and other health professionals who, although qualified, had not found employment over the last few years. Before the year ends, additional nurses and midwives will be employed. Next year, we plan to employ even more healthcare workers. To your colleagues in private nursing and midwifery training institutions who have been at home for a number of years, next year, our healthcare institutions will begin recruiting them as well. Our aim is to banish the sector of nurses, midwives, and health assistants who are not posted after completion of their courses. I thank warmly the Minister for Health, the Honorable Akuffo Addo, MP, a native of Toma here in Yola, who has been performing remarkably well in his ministry for seeing to the restoration of the allowance. Mr. Minister, tens of thousands of trainee healthcare workers are indebted to you. The payment of the allowances would also have not been possible without the prudent management of the economy. It is this judicious application of resources that is heralding the revival of the National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS. Within the same 9-month period, Akuffo Addo has managed to pay 560 million out of the 1.2 billion CD debt we inherited, which was strangling the NHIS. In the meantime, payments to service providers in the NHIS are now covered with no arrears being built up. The NHIS is working again. It is the work of ministers like him and the brilliant, resourceful Minister for Finance, Akuffo Addo, that is restoring the health of our public finances, leaving rapidly behind us the era of corruption, incompetence, mismanagement, and profligacy that sent us cap in hand to the International Monetary Fund (IMF) for relief. We are going to make our public finance robust again so we can pay our way in the world like any self-respecting nation should. Government remains committed to the implementation of policies that will improve the living conditions of Ghanaians. I want us to believe in our capacity to build a modern, developed, progressive nation and free ourselves from a mindset of dependence, aid, charity, and handouts.